have to go to YouTube Live to do it. All right, let's warm up on 7 stars. We have no brand new babies. So we do have Bunny back online here. She had to work. So 7 stars, ankle, wrist, knee, elbow, hip, shoulder, 6 plus your spine. Well, let's warm up. We're gonna start from the ankles, carrying count. 1、2、3、4、5、6 reverse 7、8、9、10. Okay. The other ankle, Frank.
1、2、3、4、5 reverse 6、7、8、9、10.
Great. Next, knees. Richard.
1、2、3、4、5 reverse 6、7、8、9、10.
And more knees, Mike. Open.
1、2、3、4、5 reverse 6、7、8、9、10.
All right, 1 second. I think Deb just did something. All right. Can somebody somebody look at the group texting? Can somebody have your phone? I'm so sorry because my phone is supposed to be up there and working. Now I'm out of the device. Don't go crazy. There's cameras there. If you move around, watch out. I think she's still waiting. I need to admit her. All right, sorry about that.
She said she's going to switch to Google Meet again.
Oh, she's okay. Tell her how to admit her. That's my challenge here. That's why before how can I admit her? Let's see. Oh, there it is. View. Oh, there it is. All right. Okay. I think I got you, Deb. Are you there? Oh, there it is. Okay, great. See, this is what happens when you're up late. I'm already start teaching. I couldn't see. I'm not that technical. I'm very technical now, actually, but not that technical. I'm getting there. All right, so I'm also on YouTube Live, just in case I can't get you admitted. Let's continue. We're warming up the 7 stars. Have just go. Just join us. Okay, where were we? We did the knees and let's go to the hips. Let's continue warming up 7 stars, and Claire is gonna count.
1、2、3、4、5. Change direction. 6、7、8、9、10.
Excellent. Moving on to our spine, okay? And start with your tailbone. So isolate your tailbone and gently rotate it. Rochelle's gonna count for us.
1、2、3、4、5 reverse 6、7、8、9、10.
Very clear. Okay, moving on to the lumbar. I'm gonna count right here. We're gonna do a side stretch, and easy does it. All right, and flow through it. R. 3、4. Feel that nice pleasuring sensation. Oh. The other side. Feel. Flow through. Chi. Less is more. Ba. Approach your range of motion with ease. Jiu. Oh, so nice, right? Shi. That's right. Okay, moving up on our spine, go to our thoracic portion. Okay, and we're gonna have this structure set up, and Robert's gonna count for us, and we're gonna flow through it.
E.
Chest, upper back,
R.
chest, upper back. So just gently stretch.
Sun. Good.
Especially your upper back. And the other direction, Leo.
Leo. Chi. Ba. Jiu. Shi.
Excellent. And let's stay here for just a moment. Let's give our important stances some muscle memory training. So go ahead, set your structure up. Okay, you're gonna be facing southeast corner. So let the front big toe points that way for you, and then make sure your entire quad facing the same southeast corner direction. Okay, just get your direction, identify first, orient yourself, then see how your power is supported here, split, right? So you got more in the front, a little bit more, 60% maybe, and if you have a longer stance, you may have 70. Most people probably 60, and you're gonna have a disciplined power disposition, meaning your front knee is bent, however, captured by the neck of the big toe. So you're very aware of your safety, right? So it's disciplined, and the back leg look straight. Okay, your back leg looks straight, so your whole stance looks strong, actually. Front toe, bow stance we got here. And the back knee is secretly unlocked. You know that. And your spine, especially for non-babies, shall be still aligned, right? Tailbone down, heaven's door up. So just keep your secret power with you. And then we're gonna move the quad. So the quad will spin, shift. So the quad's gonna spin towards east and shift back. So now your power more in the back, 60% perhaps. And your front leg still bend a little, but you can feel now you are in a more comfortable, it's called a sit stance. And here's your feeling, here's your sensation, what that feels like, right? Sit stance. Okay, very frequently use the frontal bow, and this is considered a corner sit stance, okay? Very comfortable. Okay, let's change legs to the northeast corner. So we're gonna start with the frontal bow. Same thing, just change the direction, right? So you're gonna start to form your power structure. Same thing, similarly, just a different leg. So your front leg, your front toe is pointing to your own northeast corner. So you're gonna need to find that direction to orient yourself, and then to align your quad completely with that direction. So you may feel a little stretch, a little pinch, right? That's okay. And you're building it, and be aware of your front knee both knees actually, right? Front knee bent but captured by the neck of the big toe, and the back knee secretly locked. The leg looks straight but secretly secretly unlocked. Secretly unlocked your right knee, okay? And be very mindful about your spine alignment, especially non-babies, because you are building your secret power, right? Remember, we're only as powerful as our alignment. Then let's move the quad again. So your quad, spin, shift back, right? Spinning towards the east. And now you're about 60% power back. Get comfortable, spine is still long, sit, stance. So shift your weight back more. So you're gonna have more weight on the back, okay? All right, so we got some muscle memories here. It's very important. Sometimes we do this type of pose training to form muscle memories, power structure. All right, let's move on to the next star, our shoulders. Our shoulders, okay? And we're gonna drop shoulders forward and then back. And can Carol count?
E, R, San, Su, Wu, reverse, Leo, Chi, Ba, Jiu, Shi.
Well, excellent on the counting. Okay, great. Moving on, next we're gonna do the neck, and I am going to count for you. Okay, so you can comfortably stretch around your neck. All right, easy does it. Just remember this. So you're gonna go forward and back and side and gently rotate. 5, 6, 7, reverse, 8, 9, 10. Next, crane neck. I will count slowly. E, your chin's gonna go down and out and up and in. So it's doing a little vertical circle for you. Remember the principle of ease. Right, it's a very important principle, most challenging one to execute. And 4. Easy does it. 5. Gently stretching out your vertebra on your neck. Reverse. 6. Yeah. Easily, properly spacing out these vertebra. Right? Gently releasing and toning and improving. Yes. Easy does it. 10. Excellent. We're going to do more for the neck. We'll look back and side stretch our neck, but coordinating with hands opening. So it's a little more involved. Okay, we'll do 12 and start on the right. Everybody can count together. Ready? Let's go. Right. E forward. R left. San forward. Su right. Wu forward. Liu left. Qi forward. Ba right. Jiu forward. Shi left. Shi forward. Shi arm. Excellent. Okay, arm throws. Okay. Practice letting go. Benicio.
E, R, San, Su,
Just release, let go.
Both, Leo, Shi, Ba, Jiu, Shi.
There you go. Forgive and let go. And elbow rotation next. Mark.
R,
sun, si,
Full range of motion.
wu, reverse, Leo, Qi, Ba, Gyo, Shi.
Right. And then wrist. Not yet. Okay. All right. Work on that sheet. Okay. And we're going to do wrist rotation. So go ahead and rotate inward. E, outward. Again. R. So trace an infinity symbol, San. And stretch your wrist gently. You can feel it. You can feel them being stretched, okay? And reverse out in same infinity symbol, just the other direction. And 8, 9, 2 loops, 2 circles, 10. Okay? All right, great. Next. We're gonna move on. So we already warmed up all of 7 stars, constellations, and some extra events. So let's move on to the next part called neuron exercise. So we're gonna get our mind sharper and more youthful, but before we start doing that, let's get the first journey, the journey before the journey started. It's called a ready position. Okay, so get yourself ready. Start with your feet. So feet shoulder width apart. For babies, toes slightly inward. And you're gonna start your routine by gently gripping your feet onto the ground and notice that gentle shift, that gentle cupping, that gentle arching effect when you do that. And notice your knees unlocked to begin with and following the feet, right? The arching feet, the legs are gently arched outward. You can do it very gently, but you notice the activation. And then, of course, the hips gently rotated to facilitate your tailbone to tuck downward. So do that also very gently, if you will, but do it. So the tailbone is anchored and rooted along with the feet. You can feel the stability, right? You deepen right here. And once the earth end is taken care of, your journey goes to the rooftop, right? So this is a journey you must take internally, between you and you. So continue to focus, stay inside, and go to the very top of your crown. Find your earth gate point on the very top and start to slowly, gently lift that point upward. So if you find the point correctly, you're going to notice your chin gently tucked downward. There. So use your inner vision, the vision that you always have, that special ability inside of you, to see this hook falling down from the sky. And put yourself on that hook by your heaven's door point. And feel the elongating sensation on your spine. So as you rise and realign, you can feel the transformation right there. But we're not going to stop there. We're going to move on to the centering. So go ahead for new babies, use your inner vision to see the cross between your 2 feet. Not by looking down, by focusing inside. You see the cross, there's a center cross point, left to right, front to back, and your spine your whole upper body start to move. Looking for that center cross point and stack your spine above it. So that's a journey, a process. Now, feel the unity of your body, mind, and spirit. The alignment now is optimized. Heaven, earth, humanity. You are rooted, uplifted, and centered. So now you remember. You remember that inner power you always had when you first stood up. That power of the youth, the life force. There. So repowered, reconnect, repowered, recharged. And trust the hook and start to let go. Shoulders down, arms falling, armpits hollow, elbows soft, fingers down, naturally separated, chest empty, back loosened, entire quad downward. Go into your efficient state. So your power state is also your efficient state. And remember this place, in body, mind, and spirit. So this is your first journey. It's an internal hero's journey. Just rise, realign, remember, and repower. Okay, now let's go to our neuron exercise. So learn to fill in some power. See if you can feel you're filling in some power like a balloon. And more and more and more. You're filling in, perking out. And your hands are shoulder width apart and shoulder height. And have your wrists just set a little to make sure your fingers are fully powered to the tips. And keep shoulders down, please. Elbows still naturally dropped. And let's go through some seemingly finger exercise for our brain. Okay, first, eagle claws. Your fingers hard, your palm muscles strong. Bring in, then quickly switch back to your Tai Chi hands. So they are miniatures, arteries, and then tiger claws. You're gonna hearten, strengthen your knuckles. And then quickly switch to Tai Chi hands again. And form a Tai Chi fist. They are hollow, they are flexible, and then Tai Chi hands again. And then hook hand. So you're gonna drop hands down, lift your wrists up, okay? Shoulders down, elbows dropped, fingers together, and then Tai Chi hands. We're gonna repeat this. Eagle, Tai Chi hands, tiger, Tai Chi hands, fists, Tai Chi hands, hook. Good. Fingers together. Keep fingers together when you do the hook hands. And Tai Chi hands. And extra for the neurons. You're gonna go one finger at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you to hold a raw egg in each hand. So you must hold this egg vertically. So your brain needs to put out perfect pressure into your fingers and your palms to hold these eggs without breaking or dropping. So this is very demanding for the brain. In the meantime, your thumbs are up first, then see if you can have your thumbs fall to you. So they're gonna fall to you yourself, while the eggs being upheld there. And you're gonna do first very slow as you can, set a record. And then you're gonna do as fast as possible. Also set your record while the eggs are perfectly held. So your thumb's just gonna fall to you. And then you're gonna have the first knuckle on top of your thumb bow to each other, okay? First, just super slow. Set a record, always inspired to break your own record. And then as fast as you can, only one knuckle, the top one. So your thumb should be standing up, but only the top knuckle down, and the eggs gotta be perfectly held. Okay, these are very demanding for the brain. That's why we're gonna keep youthful. All right, one at a time. Your fingers gonna open up, open, one at a time, very articulative. And then as fast as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and back to your power structure. And Tai Chi hands, Tai Chi arms, Tai Chi spine, Tai Chi legs, Tai Chi feet. So you're just this structure, power structure of arteries, loaded with these elastic power, not stiff power, right? Elastic, flexible power. All right, so keep your inner power within. Let us change shape. So let's not to get wimpy, right? Let's not leak out any air. So you're just changing to a different power structure, that's all. So feel your inner power still filled in, still feel that stretchy power. Yes, stretchy. So you're pinning two invisible balls down into water. You stand here, you're preserving your rooting, your alignment, your centering, and your ease. You have a bunch of guidelines that you continuously aiming to apply, right? It is a lot. That's why we're getting only sharper and better, because we're doing hard things until they become easy. All right, excellent. Feel all your arteries with you and focus your mind and focus your inner power, focus your qi, and make sure it is centered, it's sunken and centered at your lower dantian, elixir field, which is below your navel. 2, 3 fingers below inner, so keep it there, feel even more centered. And then slowly release your Tai Chi arteries back to this state we call Wuji, no polarity state. No yin and yang, just scrambled one. All right, time to hydrate your fascia. Must. Okay. Okay. That's it. That was just a quick sit. Go if you want. Go if you like to go outside to train, go train. All right, we're gonna continue. Let's continue. Yeah. train and drill, baby, and drill. Yes. So, Andy will come back. That's okay. Let's train. Okay, we're just gonna have a few fascia toning, right? We're just gonna do that, and then we're gonna do Tai Chi walking. Ready position. So your basic training, your journey starts right here. That is your first journey of getting ready. Getting ready, yes. The alignment, as we said, we're only as powerful as our alignment, right? We're only as efficient as our alignment. We're only, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. All right, great. We're ready position. Get into your ready position. Can you imagine if you set the course? You're just off a tad, then you just start to go. Can you imagine where you're gonna end up with? The harder you march, the more off the course will be. So this is where why we must start here. So first, just get our alignment back, right? Just get it back there. So you are rooted, honoring earth, and that includes your feet and your tail. And uplifted, that honors the energy above, the stars above. We could call it all kinds of names, but heaven is a good word. All right, so align ourselves, right? Heaven and earth, then center. So center is where we shall be, and we're constantly guarding this center. Once you find it, you build it. We're constantly guarding it because this is where everything, right, our well-being. This is what anchors that well-being, is this centering. Once the alignment, you already got your alignment, more or less. So the centering is a constant task. And then learn to do this ease, so loosenedness. So you drop any dead weight, the baggages, right? So go to your efficient state. So efficient and power, you can interchange. And of course with the alignment. So the alignment, power, efficiency. When you really get there, you're gonna have goosebumps. You're gonna have the thrill, like, whoa. Just reset, just feel it. Okay, there you are. Let's go into our Tai Chi state. We're gonna activate our fascia. So see if you're this human shape balloon hanging from heaven, plugged into earth, and you're just hanging. You're just like, so easy, so nice, right? Just like, so very, very efficient, productive, and just blissful almost, like you just like, so nice. But all right, we have to go to Tai Chi state. that's just how it is here. So there is your lower dantian. Imagine the nozzle is there, and you're gonna start inflate from this nozzle right here. So clarify your mind first, how the air is gonna travel. right? The air is gonna travel down, up, side, side, front, and back. So see if you can go through that process to allow this air to go in you, this human shape below, right? So air start to go fill in. Let's go. Fingers, arms start perking, and as the air goes in more, you popping outward more, just perking more, and feel the stretch. All directions going outward, like a blossoming, just like a balloon, really. It's the same process. So feel your fascia, the whole fascia is activated. Top is going up, right? Bottom is going downward, and your left, your right, front and back. Just stretch outward. Just give a nice gentle stretch. It can be very pleasuring, right? And then we're gonna change shape without losing any air. Can you do that? No leaking of air, just go to a different shape. We call this pinning down balls, right? You're pinning 2 balls down, one under each hand, and pin them down. So your head and store still up. Your whole structure still stretching outward. And let's change to the other structure. Let's open again. So these are very basic training. It's a fascia training, and see if you can keep your inner power. We could call it air. How about that? Air, right? So the air is in. So the same amount of air will stretch you just a little out as a balloon, right? And you're changing into different shape with the similar amount of air in you. So feel that. Feel that substance, that air in you. So as you change shape, feel that outward stretch. You can do very gentle, okay? Some people would do more because the toning, your strength and your flexibility will improve over time. You're just gonna get stronger, but you're also more flexible. And when you do this, make sure your shoulders remain down, right? You're not lifting the shoulders down. Yeah, so it's a very basic training. It's a fascia exercise. But a fascia is a powerful organ, has most neurons, okay? And we are rebuilding, reconstructing, and improving. All right, excellent. And Qi centered down to lower dantian and let go the artery back to ready position. So just a fascia, a little bit of fascia training. Okay, we're gonna go to Tai Chi walking next, okay? So we're gonna do Tai Chi walking, and everybody, we have a lot of space. Let's do it. Okay. So you already noticed your feet were shoulder width apart to start out. Your very basic open feet stance. There you go. Your own shoulder, okay? And you start with, for babies, toes slightly inward. And for the others, you just need to be straight. And a little inward won't hurt because it will help you just remain internal more. Okay, start from here, and we're going to relinquish the arms for now because it's very distractive. So you're going to have your hands behind your tailbone. Some people would put on their quad, right? Either way. So we're going to learn exactly. So you're gonna start from just a very basic. This is a very, very basic. You're gonna stand there, you first build the structure. You can't stay there forever, you gotta start moving, right? So as we would like to move forward, the Tai Chi way is getting back to nature. So nature is not gonna have this linear thing going. They're gonna always have this tortuous pattern, spiraling, looping, whatnot. Right, so we want to go forward, but we're gonna have our natural pattern. So first, it involves a lot of geometry, right? The angles. But our secret power is in our alignment as you're learning. The alignment. So you're gonna keep your alignment first for babies. You build your alignment. Once the students already build their alignment, now we're gonna start to do more complex stuff. Angle, so you need to start to train. Right? You start to train to keep your integrity. Your alignment need to be, right? You need to keep them together as you start moving. So you don't fall apart, you start off your alignment. So get these basic training under your belt. See? Power intact. And you know your angle, favorable angle, 45 degrees to 60. Okay? And your foot can easily spinning around the heel. Okay? Very easy. And then you start to learn shifting. See, here's a spin. You can see your quad. Spin, right? You can see it's called a spin. It is spinning. Changing direction, spinning. With your alignment intact. So you don't spin, you fall apart, you just fall apart. Look at my alignment, I'm off, right? So you want to keep the alignment as you do anything. That is the key. So the advanced cultivator practitioners, you can tell by how well, not fancy movements, but how well their alignment, they can keep with them when they do movements. You can just by looking at it, that's the difference, okay? That's the difference. So for you, in your journey, inner journey, you be like, my alignment, my alignment, my alignment, mentor it, like chanting it, my alignment, because you're gonna inevitably shift and spin. All your move for the future is gonna be spinning, shifting. This is a simplified. You're just shifting, there's no spinning right now. So this is a spin isolated. This is a shift isolated, but in reality, you will always be combining the two. So this is easy now. This is very easy. It's a simplified, okay? So you can train from simple, eventually you're gonna just shift to here. And in order to move, you must shift your power to one leg. Learn to do that, and then T. This is a T stance, and then you also need to start to train your laser, your special vision, right? You have a line ahead of your left foot, you have a line ahead of your right foot. So spin, shift, 100% T. And you need to get back to the other line and be very humble. You can tell about people's advancement from how humble they are, right? The more capable person, the more modest they become, right? So you're gonna hide your power, you're not gonna show your power, right? As you get more and more advanced, you're gonna be more and more, I don't wanna say hidden, because it's just a modesty. So you can hide the power here and just set it up right there on the other line. So you can now deliver power, and this is your frontal bow, you already trained on this, right? How powerful you are when you deliver, it really depends how fast you are. But we are not gonna go the fast route right now, right? We're training slow, because when you're slow, you can stay inside and feel everything. When you go fast, you cannot do that. So the fast would be the result of long time training of slow, because then you can have a reflex. You don't think, you just will do, right? So the slow is necessary. Quantitative change, improvement, leads to qualitative change. You don't do the quantity and spin, shift 100%, you won't get the quality. You don't do the quantity, right? So during the quantity time, for beginners, it can be tedious, for example, and could even be boring, but I want you to start early on to train yourself to reward your journey, because the journey is the reward. So you're gonna start to train yourself to go inside and feel everything, because then you can start to feel the little change, right? The improvement that you're making. And reward yourself. It's like, look at that. I feel, something there. She said, you're like, I got it, right? It's like, now I understand what she was talking about. I just did that. I get it, I got what she said. So this is your frontal bow, this is your sit stance, right? So it's your very fundamental, basic way of moving your power. Because if you want to move forward, most likely you're going to deliver with the frontal bow. Very safe, steady, right? If you want to move power back, look at the sit stance, right? So both are excellent. Excellent stances to support your movement of power, because as you move forward, you need to power forward. How do you move forward or back? It's you actually use the legs, produce kinetic power to move the quad. But now you know better, right? You're training, so you know Tai Chi training is quad oriented. That separates us with better balance. Alright, we're gonna stop right here. I know you guys did not get to do your backward stepping, but for level 1, it's okay, you don't need to do the backward stepping, okay? That's level 2 stuff. Level 1, you just need to make 1 forward step. That's it. 1. Just 1. Can you make that one count? Can you get off that balance beam when you do that? Can you get off the tight rope when you make that 1 step, okay? So we're gonna go into our form time, which is flow. Just enjoy it, okay? Just get off that tight rope, okay? When you make that 1 step. All right. Yeah, that's your only challenge, okay? So you can come out now to 2 rows. We just do level 1, so give yourself space. All right, we're getting ready for foundation Tai Chi form, which is a proprietary form. Only we are practicing this here in Momma Panda's group, okay? All right, it's gonna train your foundation like no other. So a total of, it's level 1 for beginners, total of 6 shi. Yes, let's enjoy it in body, mind, and spirit. Ready, position, rooted, uplifted, centered, eased, and of course, focused. Be very present, fully present actually. Beginning of Tai Chi, slowly powering on, inflating, and open more. Feel your fascia all activated, and then pin those 2 invisible balls down into water while your heaven's door is still on the hook. And then first shi, hold your chi. Sit down your tailbone a little or more. Start hugging this large ball of qi. Okay, qi can mean air. air. So think about a large beach ball filled with air. That is quite okay. Just hug it, just embrace it, and feel its substance, right? This ball, the air inside, can you feel it? It's kind of stretchy a little bit, right? And qi can also mean energy. So you can start with air and focus. Eventually, you're gonna feel the energy. And second shi, stretch your qi. Now we start moving slowly. Inhale, ward off. This is your outward power. And slowly exhale, hold in. This is your inward power. Okay. R. One thing moves, everything moves, and just feel your whole structure. Whole structure is warding off, and whole structure is holding in. One more. Inhale. So feel the whole fascia. Right? And then number 3, yo-yo your qi. So we're gonna go slowly inhale and lift, and slowly exhale, press down. One thing moves, everything moves. Your Tai Chi move is always gonna be a structural, systematic, wholesome move. So go ahead, feel that whole structure of yours is doing it, right? Lift with your feet, your legs, your spine, right? Now with your shoulders, and compressing down the whole structure, see? And then we're gonna expand your qi next. So let your hands spiral down, out, up, very integral, in, and then expand. Feel all your arteries. And then continue R. Feel the coiling, feel the spiraling, the looping, just continuously happening as nature intended. So start to practice this back to nature type of pattern, right? When we are more aligned with our authentic, original patterns, you can feel. You feel the flow, right? The alignment. You go into the flow state and just feel the power, the ease, all at the same time. And just getting stronger and more flexible at the same time. And next shi, we're gonna cross arms in the front. We will separate the space. Outside hand goes up, inside hand goes down. Stand like a giant. Keep your center up and down. Feel it? And cross. And the other way, like a giant again. Head straight and cross. Repeat. Hold up heaven, hold down earth. Feel your inner power. And cross. And hold up heaven, hold down earth, and guard your center. Cross. You're just getting better and better. This is a unilateral move. Keep your head straight because it's gonna throw you off first. But any skill can be learned, trained, cultivated. Yes, we're gonna build our center and guard it. So first you're building it. Keep head straight Guard your center, your alignment, and cross. Hold up heaven, hold down earth, feel it. And cross, moving on, coil your arms, shoulder width apart, shoulder height. Number 6 shi is coming up. Rock the boat. Slowly spin your quad to the northeast corner. You're gonna coil around, hold your ball, and spiff your quad to your right leg 100%. Set it up on the other track, and then you can slowly push your little boat first. Very steady, very steady. And arriving your frontal boat stance, and then looping slowly, processing to your pulling phase. And power back 60% to your sit stance, and then powering forward 60% to your frontal bow. And continuously loop and power back. And loop and power forward. And make it so steady. So steady. Slow and steady. Make your move continuous, just on and on. You pull, you push, but make it so stable, so steady fast. Right? This is the art you're training. And for non-babies, of course, your alignment, your power is your number one priority. So for new babies, you're building it. For non-babies, you gotta guard it. As you move, you gotta carry your power with you, right? Long spine, tailbone down, heaven's door up, as you push your little boat and pulling your little boat. We're gonna be back in the sit stance, spin more face front, shift your weight 100%, get back to shoulder width on the feet and reset. Open, spin to your southeast corner, coil around, and spiff your quad to your left leg 100%, then set up on the other track so you can power forward safely into your frontal bow as if you're pushing a boat, and loop. Slowly pulling to sit stance and loop. Forward, make it very steady. Steady, slow, continuous. You can do this forever. That type of sentiment, the sensation, you're feeling, even you look soft, right? You're pushing softly, but you're gonna sense that unstoppableness within the softness. So that is strength, right? Still within cotton. So both the yang character and the yin character harmonize together as you execute. So it's like exerting power with ease. And last one, slowly, steadily, unstoppably. And loop, and we're gonna hold, slowly, steadily, unstoppably. Now, spin face front. So that was your number 6, shi. Reset again, open, still powered. And pin your balls downward. Heaven's door still on the hook. You are rooted, uplifted, centered, ease, and still focused and fully present. And make sure your chi is concentrated and sunken at your lower dantian, below your navel. Indomitable. slowly release our powerful Tai Chi arteries and return to our no yin-yang polarity, Wu Ji state. Oneness. Place. Finished in beauty. Well done. Excellent training again. All right, so let's close the foundation Tai Chi session and widen your stance a little bit, okay? 4 stance. And you're gonna slowly gather, inhale, exhale, center, and 2 more. In, out, 1 more, in, center towards lower dantian, and breathe right here, in with your belly, diaphragm down, exhale, squeeze in. Again, in, out. So learn to do ab breathing, sun, instead of chest breathing, okay? All right, and rock hands, cover eyes, protect our eyes, keep them youthful against these blue light pollution and invasion. And then acupressure with your fingertips, a little or more, up to you. Skull all over. We're gonna keep our face, our appearance, our mind youthful, vibrant. And neck, a little stretch and pull, and artery, veins, keep them flexible, thyroid, and tonsil. Inside, arm up, outside, arm down. Lots of meridians running through our body, okay? And legs. And then we're gonna spit, okay? This is your very basic training for Tai Chi. All your Tai Chi movements are spitting movements. So you notice you're doing a spinning and a shifting at the same time. But as Tai Chi practitioners, we will never wobble. We know our secret power. Our secret is our alignment, right? So when we spit, we're gonna guard our center, our alignment, like as if our life is dependent on it. And we know it is. So, there you go. And let go, dead weight, arms soft. Arms soft, so you can allow your arm to whip yourself gently, low, middle, up to your shoulders eventually, so you can pat yourself on the shoulders effortlessly. Good job, good job, and good job for showing up for yourself and for the group, and for training with our motto of commitment, diligence, excellence, and modesty. All right. Well, last but not least, gratitude time. Foundation for happy living, feet together, heaven, earth together. You're gonna bow and say, 谢谢师父.
谢谢师父.
谢谢. That was marvelous training again, and everybody turn that way, feet together, heaven, earth together, bow to the big brothers, and say, 谢谢师兄们.
谢谢师兄们.
And then,
谢谢师弟们. 谢谢师妹们.
and then bow to the big sisters, and say, 谢谢师姐们. All right. Okay, and turn the other way. Bow and say 谢谢师兄们 to Mike and Frank. That's big brother. And then bow and say 谢谢师姐 to Claire.
谢谢师姐.
And then there's 4 of you bow to each other. And yes, I think Carol is a 师姐 to you two, and Shimi to you, I think. Yeah, and then Venetia is a 师兄. Yeah, I think Andy is the baby here for today. So that's a 师兄. That's a 师兄. Okay, got it. Figure it out. So we have Bonnie, but Bonnie, I don't know, when was the last time you were in class? You had to unmute yourself. So she could be like a 师姐 to a bunch of people, I think. I just don't know. I couldn't track all these because she's just returning to class. So bye.
How are you tonight? Nice.
Bye.
Well.
All right. Thursday or Saturday? All right.
What's happening on Saturday?
Huh?
With Qigong Saturday? Tell me about Saturday.
Oh, let me shut this one. Bye. Okay, everybody.
Take care.
This is the proprietary foundation Tai Chi class with Dr. Yu, the Momma Panda. I'll see you next time.